Good morning, YouTube. JT here, Serenity Farms prepping. It's about 7:30 a.m. Sun is just coming up, which I tried to point the camera at, but it's on me, so I'm going to turn it around now. Okay, it's behind that tree. As you can see, it's a little frosty. Okay, it's a lot frosty. 27 degrees. There it is. Okay. Greenhouse got some frost on it. Today's project is installing that wood stove. So I'll get back to you in 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So, as you can see, I closed in the entire back side. I just don't have the time to get a small building built where all those sheets of plywood are outside the greenhouse to put the barrel stove in. I just have too many other things to do. So as you can see, the plants are still growing. It has been cold in here. I moved my tank much closer with a little different pump. As you remember, that one was just too big and wouldn't crank it out. So, as you can see, all the plants are also still growing, but I've got to make it warmer. It's just too cold. It's 34 right now. Was 27 last night, and that's just not going to make it. I'm lucky that all the plants are still alive. The cubes are a bit froze, and I've got to fix that. So, that barrel stove, these two pieces of furniture have to be moved out, and I'm going right here with the stove. I'm going to take this piece of polycarbonate and put my, wow, that's nice and warm just from the sun. I'm going to build my frame for my through the wall 6-inch vent kit. The stove is going to go somewhere right there, and I will protect my plastic the best that I can with some Durarock and Reflectex, and obviously that one bottom corner section of plastic that'll be secured down. I'll staple it with a furring strip on the outside for the winter. But I'm gonna move all this stuff out of here, get the stove in position, level it off, and then start the construction process. I will keep you posted along the way. Change of plan. I move this bucket system here. If you remember, it was over there. I have a better wall here, less plastic. That end I had to go through the polycarbonate, which would have been okay, but it was very close to the wall and the plastic because that louver takes up the spot that I can go through back there. I moved the fan back, so I got my hole. My stovepipe doesn't fit properly. I gotta figure out, whoops, sorry about that. I have to figure out why the standard stovepipe didn't fit here. I see a lip on the inside that they want it to sit on, and I might have to go buy a different size stovepipe because that'll turn on the inside. Mine wants to go on the outside. It's not gonna work. All right, I'll get back to you. Okay, YouTube, a couple hours later, barrel stove, stovepipe, through the wall. Doesn't have to be pretty. It's a greenhouse. Step outside, through the wall, color coordinated setup. The wind comes from the west, so I have one more piece if I need to add it to the top, but I don't think I do. Couldn't use my old brace, so I made one. it's for the greenhouse. I would not recommend this setup at home at all, but it's for the greenhouse. It is actually quite secure. Anyway, so back inside. So I saw a couple other people. I put some sand. I had a one of those sand snakes tubes, 60 pounds worth of sand. It's actually very damp now. I put half of it in, but it didn't look like enough. So I'm going to smooth out the rest of it right now. And if that looks like too much, I'll take a little bit out. I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So what I have here is an oven grate. It's very heavy duty. Probably not heavy enough for a wood stove, but it's what I have for right now. And even the ones that I see people buying made out of cast iron say that they're crap and they burn up. But I have a bunch of these laying around, and you can guess that it's about 1/8 of an inch too big to get in here, kitty corner, diagonal, straight in, so whatever. So I'm gonna take my grinder and I'm gonna cut off about a 1/2 inch, and then it is going to set in there, but it's going to be setting right on the sand. So I'm going to have to put a couple bricks to hold it up so that airflow can get underneath the grate for the wood. Yeah, I watched a couple guys put grates in there, then they were sitting on the sides of the barrel. You know what I mean? They would rest on the side wall, and I don't know how they got them in. My barrel top did not come off. They didn't put it in first, but nonetheless, I think that sand's gonna work out because these barrels are pretty thin. So anything that can keep extra heat off this thin metal, and the sand I'll catch ash, and as that gets dumped periodically, I'll have to add some more. But the grate, yep, I just bought 4 bricks back to the pile where I got them because I didn't need them, and now I'm gonna have to go get them to put them in there so that the grate can sit up off the sand. Oh well, it's always something, right? I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna cut the grate and go get the bricks. Signing out. Okay, the barrel is smoking as the paint burns off. Let's go outside, see what we got. I figured the barrel would smoke because it's painted. Okay, let's get a better angle. Very little smoke. My wood was very, very dry. There is some. The sun is very bright. There we go. Let's go back inside. I think I should turn the fan on. Oh yeah, she's smoking. That's the barrel. I can smell the paint. I'm going to plug the fan in. Okay, we're gonna have to spray paint that after it cools down after today's fire. But there's the fan. Oh, that's pretty cool. The fan is going full speed, but the camera picks it up like slow motion. I cannot see the blade when I look over the camera. Alright, so my greenhouse is getting filled with smoke. I might have to turn on the big fan down at the other end to suck it out. Let's see what we got going inside still. I like it. Look at that. That is a nice looking fire. But obviously I got to let that paint burn off And you got to get that first fire in it to do it. Probably should have did that outside, huh? Before I hooked it all up. But that's a nice looking fire. Let's go turn on the monster fan. Oh, I'm gonna have to get, let me see. So, I couldn't find a plain barrel. This was, look at that mountain, folks. Those beautiful colors I got here in the North Country. All right, we're gonna turn on the big fella. Sorry about the camera work. I'm really good at that, right? Okay, so the big guy has a little pull cord, which I apparently cannot reach. I'll get back to you in 1 second. Okay, I'm back again, like ex-girlfriend or something. All right, I'm going up the ladder. This thing is a beast. Here we go. The louver's open right up. I just need it to pull the smoke out. It's 77 in here right now, but it was 90. So, look at, that still amazes me about that fan. Can the camera not pick up that fast? The fan blade is going so fast I can't see it. Alright? I can see heat coming off the stove. Door looks good. Stovepipe looks good. That cracks me up. I'm sorry. Doesn't take much to humor me. But I wanted to see what I was gonna have. I gotta go back outside again, see if we can see. There we go. But I want to get it a little hotter, so I'm gonna go get a couple logs off the pile I've cut just for this moment. Be back in a second. Well, I added a couple big logs and it appears to be taken off. I opened the door, but with the door almost right there, just a crack, it draws very nice. Obviously, I want the door closed, but I like that, so let's close it and see what happens. I'll have to get a little something for here because this eventually is going to get warm. I don't know what this little thing is because no matter what I do, I can't get it in there. I know it's supposed to be for something like that, but it's too tiny, so I hang it right there, and if I want to hit it, I'll open it. But I got a pair of welding gloves that I can use to open the door. And it's still drawing very good. See how the smoke is going around? Alright. Let's see what happens. Give it a few minutes, and then we'll come back and take a peek. Okay, so while I'm waiting on the stove, I thought I'd show you how I set up one tray. I have some Muir lettuce that's ready to be transplanted. So this is the tray. I pulled the water line out, and now I put on the top. I start with the furthest hole in the front because the hose squirts so close that it knocks over the small plants sometimes. Because these were 12 footers and I cut them into 6. So the holes aren't the same on each end. So this one will snap into place at the front. You just make sure it's in line. That's all there is to it there. Now I take my grow cube with my little head of lettuce, and I simply, their root balls are sturdy enough that I just gently set it in the hole. They should be a little bit higher, but by leaving them open without the tray, they're going to get algae on them because they're being exposed to too much sun. See that root ball? Very nice. Not all of them have them because they don't need it right now because the water goes all the way up the cube. But as they grow, their root balls will expand. But the object is that they don't get too big to block the tray. The water still flows all the way down and every plant gets a little bit. I probably should have planted these a couple weeks ago. See the root balls on the bottom coming in nicely. Now these can survive rather chilly temperatures, but not 20 degrees. So there they are in a tray. And now you just pick it up, slide it back into place. Take your water tube, push it back in the end. And now